up this area for home daycare providers and preschool teachers to come and see a demonstration preschool, because this is not a working preschool, it's just a demonstration. Oftentimes when you're doing a workshop they go, wow, I didn't realize the children were actually learning by playing and saying they're learning something while they're playing with, playing with the art materials, and they want the parents to learn that as well. So that, because a lot of parents are concerned about academics, and they really are learning something when they are playing. It's just that you've got to observe your children and know your children and provide appropriate experiences. A lot of people don't put out dinosaurs or farm animals or people, and those are easy things to add to your block area. Housekeeping, you use the things that you already have in your home, and children love to use real life things, and suddenly you've got a housekeeping area. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Same thing with the book area. Just take a crate and put your books in a crate, and there's your library area. We just put a rug down on the carpet, and then we've got a place to meet. So you don't need a lot of items in your home or in your preschool. I was waiting at the bus stop, and I kept on seeing these on the ground. I go, wow, that'll be great for my science area. So the next time I went, I took my plastic bag, and while I was waiting for the bus, picking them up, and people going, she must be crazy, but it's in the science area, and it's got texture to it. They're spiky, and children like to look at them. If they put them under the microscope, they can see all the holes inside of them. So that's, while you're taking a walk with your children, you just pick things. Because a lot of times people do art, they just do one-dimensional piece of paper and sticking things on. But three-dimensional art is also very, very important, because children have to figure out on how to
start
adding things to it. And also trying to figure out how to make things stand up. And if I put these together, how am I going to make it stand up if I want to put this in the middle without it falling over? So they're using problem-solving skills as well. So what I do is I take just a regular soda bottle, cut the back off, put the wool or the yarn in it with the end sticking out, and then I tape it up together again so they can just keep pulling it out and then snipping how much they want so it doesn't get tangled. We've got a whole bunch of feathers. Obviously these ones are dyed and bought, but if you find feathers in the street, we collect those as well. We've got bits of wood, offcuts of wood that if someone knows a carpenter, you can often find them. Some catalogs sell wood cuttings, but they really like these, because these they will try and add to the boxes and make them stand up. Homemade Play-Doh, we don't buy Play-Doh, we make our own Play-Doh, and this has lasted 3 months, so it feels like the real Play-Doh. Bottle tops are wonderful as well, because they can be used for collage, or they can be used for on the boxes, they can be used in Play-Doh, they can be used as stampers, and once again, parents bring these in. They have soda, they have milk bottles, so a cheap way to bring in bottle tops is to ask parents. So there are a multitude of uses. I also drill holes in the middle of them, and then we can string them as beads. Egg cartons, just cutting up egg cartons into bits, and they either fill the middle with glue and stick things in them. They might try to make a caterpillar. Once again, try and maybe make a castle. So instead of throwing it out, I just cut it up into pieces, and it can be used in a wonderful way. They'll become very creative by using these. Buttons. When you buy new clothing, you always get those extra buttons, and so I have a pile of them, and I just bring them in, and you've got buttons. You can use them for threading, you can use them for collage once again. So there's a multitude of things that they can do with just buttons. Buttons are always going to be here because they're so useful in things that you can do with them. So I'd use pipe cleaners and the beads, but everything else I'm going to try is, find things that you have at home and then use them.
Are these fishing line things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should put some paint in here.
You can mix a couple colors.
And you just roll it around, and let's see. And it starts making shapes.
You can add another color.
Oops, we lost them all.
That's why you like the ones with the sides on them.
But then once they're painted, they can let them dry, and then they can use them for collage material. They don't have to wash them off.
But there's also the science of the mixture of the colors.
Colours.
And you put white in there again, you know, and it starts to change the shade of it. And
So dress appropriately and comfortably, because you are going to get messy. So, but that's a print. Works well. They love making prints, or folding their papers in half and then opening them up to see what they've made.